A Lincoln Journal Star writer on June 19, 2014, reported that Nebraska has the 6th worst waterways in the nation for toxic pollution. That means that 44 states are doing better jobs than we are in Nebraska. First, I'll explain how the waterways are polluted. Secondly, I'll explain how we need enforcement and additional laws and additional creative ideas. Then lastly, I'll explain a call to action that is needed and what we all must do. My immediate concern is that you understand the seriousness of Nebraska's current water pollution problem. We must learn more about the issues and continue to try to figure out ways to keep Nebraska water unpolluted. Our current issue is to maintain safe quality water for both humans and animals. A serious problem in Nebraska is to contain a feedlot waste runoff. The Kearney Hub reported on August 30th, 2007, an example of a local feedlot at Bertrand, Nebraska, who is fined $49,000 for sewage runoff problems. Humans are the main point of water pollution. The Lincoln Journal Star also reported that Tyson Food was the largest single polluter in the state. Additional sources of the pollution are dumping, parasite application for agriculture users. In addition, agriculture production requires chemical application to increase production. According to Lyon Youngis, a writer in the Daily Nebraska, caused by nitrogens, parasites washing in the rivers from farms, cities, and sewers. We must continue to raise the awareness of industries and other commercial interests as to serious of the problem. There's a lot misguided belief. The factories ask and wonder what the problem is. Because we can filter water and it's not affecting you, thinking we need to do nothing right now is a mistake. Planning to use technology to deal with any problems that can occur. Factories and agriculture interests aren't following the right procedures for disposing of waste. They are using too many chemicals that then go into our waterways. Enforcement, additional laws, and creative ideas are needed. Nebraska legislation and natural resources districts are responsible for interacting water pollution laws. Enforcement of the laws is the responsibility of regulatory agencies such as the DEQ. Their effectiveness may depend on the funding levels provided by the legislature and the support provided by the executive branch. A current example in the high nitrogen levels found in city water supply, providing a significant amount of safe drinking water, has proven to be very expensive for some communities. People and factories need to change their thinking as to the problem of water pollution in Nebraska. The problem is that many think we are getting along now. Why change? Many people try to think that there's not a problem. They say everything is going fine and we still have enough water, but they aren't aware of the problems or they're ignoring it. Inappropriate behavior are careless dumping or toxic items. The failure to protect our current water supply by not checking and monitoring landfills. As an example, here in Gibbon, Nebraska, there's a landfill that no one is checking what's happening. Called action we must do. Water pollution has a negative effect on wildlife. The common polluter is high nitrogen levels. When nitrogen exceeds safe drinking levels for human, it obviously has a negative effect on animals and fish. According to the website Water Pollution Solution Crew by Tay Johnson on September 30th, 2011, as I mentioned earlier in my introduction, Nebraska is the 6th worst waterway in the nation. So there are obviously 44 states that are doing better than Nebraska. According to Explain That Stuff by Chris Wedfoot on June 4th, 2017, one idea is whoever pollutes has to pay for the cleanup. We can all create awareness to the problem, to the water pollution, and help educate other fellow Nebraskans. In an article written by Quad Times, City Times, by Jennifer D. White on March 9, 2018, outlined the goals of a group called Mighty Earth. They are headquartered in Washington, D.C., and they are forced on regulating the impact of industry agriculture pollution. One of the misguided beliefs is that we can continue to do what we are doing now. There are a number of laws regulating, and we continue to have violations, such as the previously mentioned Tyson example. There does not appear to be significant willingness to protect the water quality. There are also lots of funds from both public and private sources as at this time. In conclusion, we all agree that Nebraska has a water pollution problem. The failure to deal with the current water pollution problems will cause greater problems for future generations. It is your job and my job to not pollute the water. We can start by being responsible and educating others to do the same. Also, we can call legislators to mandate stricter laws. Doing nothing is not an option. It is both your problem and my problem to help solve it.